According to the World Health Organization, each year there are an estimated 357 million new infections of one of four STIs: chlamydia, gonorrhea, syphilis, and trichomoniasis. The majority of STIs have no symptoms or only mild symptoms that may not be recognized as an STI. More than 1 million sexually transmitted infections are acquired every day worldwide. This would mean that the entire metropolitan population of Dallas, Texas would acquire an STD in one day. 20 million new STDs are diagnosed each year in the U.S. If you do the math, that is approximately 38 STDs per minute. According to the CDC, the amount of new infections in the U.S. in a given year is higher than the number of existing infections in non-viral STDs like chlamydia, gonorrhea, and trichomoniasis. And the numbers are rising. In 2015, the CDC reported that chlamydia rates increased by 6% and gonorrhea increased by 13%. More than 1 million STIs are acquired every day worldwide. Every year, more than 357 million new infections are contracted. The only curable STIs are chlamydia, gonorrhea, syphilis, and trichomoniasis. According to the CDC, in 2013, Indiana ranked 24th among 50 states in chlamydial infections and ranked 16th among the 50 states in gonorrheal infections. The CDC funding of STDs accounts for $2,037,296. Overall funding from the CDC for STD and HIV testing and treatment is roughly $16.6 billion per year. In Indiana, the CDC funds the state health department through a grant program that supports a community-wide, science-based, interdisciplinary approach to addressing STDs that includes prevention, activities, assessment, including disease surveillance, assurance, and policy development.
In 2015, 2,406 people in Lake County, Indiana had chlamydia, 627 had gonorrhea. As of a 2013 Indiana annual report, Lake County ranked second in Indiana in reported cases of chlamydia as well as gonorrhea. The identifiable problem is increased risk of unsafe sex practices leading to the spread of sexually transmitted infections related to the lack of formal education and legislature requiring teaching as evidenced by increasing STI rates regionally and beyond. The Healthy People 2020 goal is to promote healthy sexual behaviors, strengthen community capacity, and increase access to quality services to prevent sexually transmitted diseases and their complications. According to the CDC, recommendations for STD and HIV screening recommendations are that if you are sexually active, getting tested for STDs is one of the most important things you can do to protect your health and your partner's health.
What I tell my patients is if you're worried about one STD, it makes sense to get tested for all STDs. Whatever happened to make you worried about the one could have exposed you to others. So at Sexual Health, we have what we call an 8-test panel. We test for 8 of the most common STDs. That includes chlamydia, gonorrhea, herpes, HIV, syphilis, hepatitis B, and hepatitis C.
One of the biggest problems people struggle with is having the proper resources to maintain adequate sexual health. There are 101 free testing clinics in Indiana, and 7 of those 101 free clinics are located in Lake County, Indiana. Some of the recommendations from the CDC in regards to STD and HIV testing include all adults and adolescents from ages 13 to 64 should be tested at least once for HIV, screening at least once a year for syphilis, chlamydia, and gonorrhea for all sexually active, gay, bisexual, and other men who have sex with men. Men who have sex with men and who have multiple or anonymous partners should be screened more frequently for STDs. Anyone who has unsafe sex or shares injection drug equipment should get tested for HIV at least once per year. Many young people engage in sexual risk behaviors that can result in unintended health outcomes. Sexual risk behaviors place adolescents at risk for HIV infection, other sexually transmitted diseases, and unintended pregnancy.
Don't have sex, because you will get pregnant and die. Don't have sex in the missionary position. Don't have sex standing up. Just don't do it, promise? Okay, everybody take some rubbers.
Sexual education practices in the United States could use a lot of improvement. Following the work of Kurt Lewin, who originally laid the foundation of the health belief model, we can help make these improvements. The health belief model is based on the assumption that the major determinant of preventative health behavior is disease avoidance. Using this model, education can be restructured to follow a framework for compliance and healthy behaviors. Only 24 of the 50 states require sexual education in public schools. 20 states require that if sexual education is provided, it must be medically, factually, and technically accurate. Each state's interpretation of the accuracy of information varies. Some states only teach abstinence, while others teach abstinence and contraception for prevention of STIs and pregnancy. Today, 90% of U.S. parents believe that sex education programs in high school should cover topics such as sexually transmitted infections, including HIV, healthy relationships, birth control, and abstinence. 75% of parents believe that sex education programs in middle school should cover the same topics. These findings suggest that the overwhelming majority of parents do not support abstinence-only programs. Indiana, however, does not require any formal education in the school systems at this time, medically accurate or not. There is so much room for improvement regarding the sexual health of this country and the Northwest Indiana region. Together, we can educate our community on safe sex practices and improve the overall health and direction of sexual health.